Experience 21st century learning. Experience friendships that last a lifetime. Experience the world through international opportunities at West Virginia State University. Experience a dynamic learning environment with over 80 areas of study, intimate class sizes, and affordable tuition. West Virginia State University. Experience the power of education.
West Virginia State University, where community leaders are developed.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Scott Wagner, and we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're talking women's tennis here, and we have Andreea Slusarsiuc, who is #1 tennis player for West Virginia State. She's a freshman and took home the WVSU Co-Player of the Year this year. Congratulations and thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you very much for having me here.
No problem. Now, the conference season was in the fall, and you kind of have a long break here before the spring competition, the national competition begins. But going back to conference season, you came in and you took over the #1 spot in practice. How did the season go for you?
The season went pretty well last semester. We won conference as a team, as you said. We had really good matches. Most of them were kind of easy for all of us. And then at the end, we all, like all my teammates, we all got all conference players and player of the year, freshman of the year. So it was a really good season for all of us.
Now, talk a little bit about taking over the #1 spot. You come in as a freshman. First of all, your expectations. Did you expect to come in here and compete to play for #1? Play #1?
When I got here, I was thinking of just doing my best, playing my best, and not worrying about what spot am I going to be. And then Coach Sims put me to play against #1, and I was just deciding to win no matter what. So I won, and then I got #1. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest.
Yeah, and that was and you played extremely well in that one spot. I think the only match that you lost was to your co-player of the year from West Liberty, and y'all split in the 2 matches that y'all played.
Yeah, we split the third set. The third set.
So that was very, very tight. And
it was very tight.
Yeah, and you two were obviously the best 2 tennis players in the conference. Now, let's go back a little bit to where you're from. You have a very interesting story of how you got to West Virginia State, and just go back to, first of all, initial contact with Coach Sims.
Well, I'm from Romania, and I was when I was back home, I made a letter and I decided to send it to all the coaches in the United States at different universities. And I said the first coach who's going to send me the actual papers and sign the papers, I will just go there. So Coach Sims, I think it was in December 2009, when he wrote me back and he said he has a scholarship available. And I was, okay, so just send me the papers. And he was the first one to send me the papers, and I decided to come here.
And now you came here without a visit, is that right?
Yeah, I came here without knowing.
So how has that adjustment been like? I mean, I'm sure that's been difficult. You come from Romania to Institute, West Virginia. What has that adjustment been like for you?
Well, I was kind of in a cultural shock at the beginning. Well, I lived in the United States before. I lived in Alaska for a year, but of course Alaska is different from West Virginia. So it was a big adjustment, but I got used to it now.
Yeah, and then you came into a team there is a lot of good players on this tennis team, and you got players like Brittany Craig, Evan Russell, Ana Juarez, who also was a freshman. And I'm leaving out a couple there, but just how about this team? How good was this team from top to bottom?
The team is very good. Definitely improved my game. Even if I'm #1, that doesn't mean that I'm just going to stay at the same level. Playing with them every day, practicing, we all practice very hard. So it improved my game, and all the players in my team are very good and very strong athletes and with a good behavior on the court.
Now, the UC rivalry is something that you've kind of been thrown into, and I think you've gotten a pretty good feel for how big that rivalry is. You guys beat UC in the last regular season match to take the regular season title, and then you met in the conference finals, and they were able to get that to. So they're two conference champions are UC and West Virginia State. How big is the rivalry? And just an interesting perspective as you're just a freshman.
It's a pretty good rivalry, I must say. We're very close every time we play them. UC is a very good team, so every time we're very close, and definitely it's very hard to play against them. All the time we have to do our best.
Yeah. That last regular season match, I know it came down to Brittany out there on the court. How just talk a little bit about, take us through those last moments as you're sitting there watching Brittany and the championship is on her racket.
It was very exciting, I must to say. I wasn't expecting us to win. I won my match, and then I went to Coach Sims, and I was like, we lost, right? And Coach Sims told me, no, we didn't lose, we are still in, and it's on Brittany. And Brittany won third sets, and that was the first time when I realized, yeah, we can actually win conference. And then Brittany won, and everything was good, and it was a very good win for all of us.
When you get into a third set against an opponent that you have a lot of respect for, what does that do to your nerves? Do you step up your game, or does it, is it become more difficult?
When I play against a very good opponent and we go a third set, it's a lot of pressure on, because I know I can win, and at the same time I can lose pretty fast. So it's a lot of pressure, and I think playing out of pressure for me, I play better, but at the same time the other opponent just thinks the same as I do. And I'm just trying to step out my game and do my best. But, third set is very hard because you already played 2 sets before, and you're very tired at that point. So it's just everything about how good in shape you are and about how you think on the court.
Now, we got a couple minutes left here. Let's talk about Coach Sims. He's won 4 out of the last 8 Coach of the Year awards in this conference. Just talk a little bit about how much you've improved since with the help of Coach Sims.
Coach Sims has definitely helped me since I came here. He helped me improve my game. He helped me have strategies on the court when I'm on difficult points, how to react and how to overcome really hard points, and the way I'm acting on the court. So he's helping me, calming me down, and he's a great coach, and he takes very good care of me and the team.
Now, quickly, we got about a minute left. You got currently ranked 6th in the conference. What is your team goals as the May 1st, the regional tournament begins?
Our goal is to win conference, and I think we might be in a bracket with Slippery Rock and IUP. That's what we are looking for. And if we're going to be in a bracket with them, we can definitely have chances to win the conference tournament, the regional tournament, and then go to Florida for the nationals. And
in Florida would be the best 16 teams.
The best 16 in the nation.
And you have a teammate in Ana Juarez who has played in that round before. So
yeah.
I look forward to watching the regional tournament. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
That does it for another episode of the Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Scott Wagner. Thanks to our guests, softball head coach Bob Allen and Andreea Slusarsiuc, star tennis player and #1 player for the Lady Jackets. The Lady Jackets tennis team is currently number 6 ranking in the region. Their next action will be in the regional tournament that begins on May 1st. To follow all WVSU athletics, go to WVSUYellowJackets.com. For all of us here at the Coach's Corner, I'm Scott Wagner, and I'll see you next week.